This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory.
Brilliant!
30 tournaments spanning 19 countries. Along the way, a chance to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Finish the season in the top 20 on the road to Mallorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. This is the Challenge Tour. And so begins the 2024 Challenge Tour season. 30 events spread over the course of 10 months, leading to a date with destiny in Mallorca. 20 DP World Tour cards are up for grabs at the season finale, but the hard work begins right here in the Rainbow Nation. South Africa is on hosting duties for the opening swing, and first up is the SDC Open at Zebula Golf Estate and Spa. It's a place where nature and golf unite as one. And so to a man who knows well the ups and downs that lie in wait, Jamie Rutherford.
Morning, boys.
Just at the moment it's unravelling a bit, isn't it, for Jamie Rutherford?
Oh, double bogey. I feel for him.
It's a difficult week, the last week, and then throw in the weather that we had with the wind and the conditions. You know, I still needed a strong week with the points being so top heavy that week. You know, you can't even be inside the top 20 going into the week. I needed a high finish. It wasn't like I could just, you know, I finished just outside the 20th and I was nowhere near getting into the top 20 come the actual, you know, ranking. So there was disappointment.
Hey Jamie.
How you doing? Nice to see you. You okay? You know, last year was a really positive year for me. You know, it was a difficult ending, being so close to getting my card and just falling short at the end was obviously difficult to take at that time. And, you know, took me probably 2 or 3 weeks to really, you know, move on and let that sink in and really reflect on what had been such a positive year and steps forward from the previous years. Morning. Ben, how are you, mate?
Yeah, let me know how this goes. I got to do this next week.
How you doing next week?
Recovered mentally?
Don't know. Think so.
Yeah, he's one of my best mates, to be fair. We get on really well. He's a great lad, even better golfer. You get the first one. I felt so sorry for him at the end of the last year. You know, he played so good. Personally, I don't think you can say there was 23 better players than him last year, just the way it ended up in the end. But on his week, when he gets the putter going, I think he's going to be very tough to beat.
After going oh so close last year, Rutherford's well aware that even though the margins are small, plenty of work is still needed to get over the line this year.
What's going to take me into the top 20 this year and what can I improve on? So we've sat back and, you know, looked at different areas in my game, which I'm then putting a bit more focus on. You know, I'm trying to put a bit more speed on in my swing and, you know, generate a bit more distance. Oh, it's a bit different doing this in 30 degrees and 4 degrees in England.
Many of these players out here on the Challenge Tour have been friends and rivals for some time. They're well used to sharing life on the road.
There's 8 of us, all English lads. Lots of us have, you know, grown up playing together, know each other for a long time, playing on the, you know, amateur scene for some of us, and then professionally out here on the Challenge Tour, and a few of us have been here before. So yeah, we've actually got like 3 separate sort of buildings. We've got like the main living, and then a few of us are in this each side, 3 of us in each side. So yeah, it's nice, and we can barbecue in the evening, or braai as the South Africans say.
He's funny.
Really good, yeah.
He's funny.
I mean, the 35 potatoes and 4 massive corn on the cob didn't help, did it? Just tin foil all over the barbecue. We've got a couple of boys that like cooking. Tobes has obviously been in South Africa a long time, so he's used to the braaiing and making the fires and stuff like that.
We got a little chop. It's a little starter in South Africa. It's like a crowd favourite.
Yeah, and then the rest, there's a few of us that are just sat around waiting for the meat to be cooked.
He's a really easy guy to get on with. You know, he's got a good sense of humour. He's like, I guess the big thing is off the course, and he's very professional. I think he knows what he's doing when he's at golf, so I think that's always good to be around someone like that. You know, you can learn the things he's doing, like if he's keeping stats or the way he practices. And then obviously off the course, you sort of want to get away from that. So it's nice. He's a really relaxed guy.
Keep the boys healthy.
Spuds down there.
Got some spuds. They're harder than our top flight. They're rock solid.
You do spend a lot of time, you know, there's a lot of hours together, especially off the course. It's a really nice week. It almost, except for the golf, feels like a holiday. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Morning, boys. I've got some chicken and rice.
He left the chicken out.
No.
He left the chicken out.
I
in the heat.
I marinated it lovely.
No, he's going for it.
With the Nando's sauce from the
little
shop.
Nando's sauce.
On the tee, from England, Jamie Rutherford.
Round 1 was a mixed bag for Jamie. He turned for home at 1 over par, but would recover well.
Beauty.
However, back-to-back bogeys on his final 2 holes left a sour taste. At the end of day 1, he was tied 71st.
I'm very disappointed currently with just a real sloppy finish. I was rusty pretty much all day. I free putted the 17th green and then free putted the 18th green, just like really clumsy.
So, with Jamie still a little ring rusty in his first round back, he found himself on the wrong side of the cut line. Always an issue at any point on the Challenge Tour, but especially so in the first week. Safe to say then, with work to do, Jamie found his rhythm, and the birdies just kept on flowing.
Beauty.
Finishing up with an impressive 65 helped elevate Rutherford into a tie for 15th. What a difference a day made.
Yeah, good play.
Like I said last night, obviously the disappointment of the couple of free putts was, you know, immediate, but once I reflected, I felt like towards the end of the round I started to hit the ball nicely, and felt like I could take that on to today, and then that's exactly what happened, really.
Thanks, boss. Sure.
A great bounce back then for Jamie Rutherford, as his dream to gain one of those all-important DP World Tour cards remained very much alive. Later, we'll see how he finished up come Sunday. But we switch now to an educational experience of a lifetime as JJ Senekal and Jordan Gumberg get up close with a South African giant.
It's obviously a special place to me. First time I was here, it was still called Mabalingwe back when I was 18 years old, representing my country, and obviously having the win here last year. Once you drive in here, it brings back good memories, and it's a place that I would also always try and come back to.
It's kind of out of a Disney movie. I mean, we've all seen The Lion King. It's the real deal down here. You see all this wildlife walking around. I mean, we're going to get to see some elephants today, which is awesome. Seen some zebras, some giraffes just walking around. Woke up yesterday and they were outside the window. It's pretty crazy. That's a big boy.
It's crazy.
That is a big boy.
It's a place that you really need to come and experience. I mean, with the wildlife, the bush, the sunrise, the sunset, it's really a special place.
Getting in the first 4 events of the season is huge. Just to get off to a good start, get off hot, get some points on the board, it's big. For it to be somewhere as cool as this is just a plus.
Open. Raise your hand up.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. I mean, playing the DP World Tour, playing Challenge Tour, you're going to some pretty cool places. And to see places like this in India and Abu Dhabi and places that have cool things to offer, it's kind of what you need to do. You need to go see the world.
The thickness of the sole of his foot, it's not hard like a horse's hoof, it's soft, it peels off.
Just to see these elephants up close and personal is so awesome. They are huge and so smart too. Wow.
It was just unbelievable to see how clever and intelligent these animals are, and everything they do with research and all of that is something really special.
Thank you. That is crazy. Have the elephant remember our names and remember our scents and smells and pass back our shoes and stuff like that. That was really cool.
Yeah, we actually spoke about it walking up to the dam now, and it's more for education and trying to get the word out there of how special these animals are, and it's really something unique.
I learned so much just today about, I didn't know there was an overpopulation problem with elephants. He explained to us so many different things that these elephants are so good for and great for and helpful to society. This is up there at the top for sure. It creates memories for us and something we can tell our grandchildren and stuff like that later on. It'd be awesome.
Stay with us on the Challenge Tour as we bring you all the action from moving day at the SDC Open. And we'll learn who lifted the first trophy of the 2024 season. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to the very first event of the 2024 Challenge Tour season. After 2 rounds on South African soil, there's a 3-way tie at the top. Louis Albertser, Rhys Enoch and Alexander Levy, all at an impressive 12 under par. So time now to discover who'll lead the charge in round 3 in Limpopo. Guiding you through the action, Kit Alexander.
Wilco Nienaber birdied the first hole. The big hitting South African took advantage of the par 5 second. Only needed an iron for his second shot here in this magnificent approach to set up a very makeable eagle chance. The 23-year-old made no mistake with the flat stick, and the birdie eagle start moved him into the outright lead on 14 under par. Dion Hermes Hayes was making a nice move as well. 4 birdies on the front 9 got him to the turn in 32. This delightful shot set up another at the 12th. He'd move himself into the top 10 by the end of the day. Nienaber also to the turn in 32 shots. He added another birdie at 10. And this absolute beauty lead to another red number at 11 to regain the lead. '19-year-old Spaniard Angel Ayora is a name to keep an eye on. And this was his 7th birdie of the day at 15. 2 bogeys in the last 3 holes with a 67 for him. Rhys Enoch made his move on Saturday, a 3rd successive 66, including this birdie at 16 and another to finish the day on the final hole. JB Kruger, a DP World Tour winner back in 2012. Also 5 wins on the Sunshine Tour, the most recent one coming in 2021. This was an absolutely sublime second shot into that well-guarded 18th green. Well worth another look. convert for the eagle in a bogey-free 67. And that was enough for him to move to tied fourth at 15 under par. Louis Albertza tied 19th last week on the Sunshine Tour, so showing a bit of form. Off the back of an eagle on 15, and that does go in. The birdie at 16, moving him into a tie at 18 under par. Nienaber had kicked on with birdies at 13 and 15, but a bogey at 16. All before a massive 360-metre drive here set up this with a pitching wedge. Absolutely insane into the par 5 closing hole. He would make the birdie. Albertza also on 18 in 2, and he had this eagle putt for a one-shot lead going into the final round. He had to settle for the tap in for a birdie. A round of 65, a two-way tie at the top on 19 under par.
You know, being in positions like that, playing against, you know, these types of players and these types of events, and it's just amazing. I can't wait.
So it's two South Africans who sit at the summit, heading into the final round, with Welshman Rhys Enoch lurking just a shot behind. So, who would be crowned king in our opening event of the season at the 2024 SDC Open? Kit talks us through the final day's drama.
The exciting Wilco Nienaber got off to a steady start, par at the first, and he was that close to a chip-in eagle at 2. He would tap in, though, for the birdie to move to 20 under par, but he was joined there by Rhys Enoch, who made a birdie start. The Welshman continued that fantastic start, coming from the right-hand rough here on 3. He was still able to control the spin wonderfully, and that left him that look for birdie. Jamie Rutherford, this was one of 7 birdies in a final round of 68. Good start to the season for him. He would go on to finish tied 7th. Enoch did convert the 8-footer. 3 birdies in the first 3 holes, and it was the dream start for the Welshman. Albertza had 2 bogeys and a birdie in his first 5 holes. Looked to get things going with this birdie at 6, but unfortunately wasn't the final round he would have wanted. A 75 dropped him down to a tie for 16th. Well, Wilco Nienaber, everything was going well until the 8th. A stone between club face and ball. You can see what it did to the club. And he would go on to make a triple bogey there. Enoch, meanwhile, rolled this one in for birdie, and it was a 4-shot swing on the hole, and all of a sudden, Enoch had a 4-shot lead. Hermes Hayes had 5 red numbers in his first 11 holes, and he tied the lead with his 6th birdie of the day here at 12. Martin Roja got himself into the mix as well. He came surging through the field. This masterful second shot on 15 set up the eagle. It would be a round of 64. You can see heavy rain really came in hard at this point in the round. Enoch on 14. didn't let that stop him. A beautiful approach. He would have to wait to take the birdie putt though, as there was a brief intervention due to dangerous weather. The skies cleared, Enoch came back out and he converted. That moved him to 23 under par and sole possession of the lead once more. And he doubled his advantage with this birdie at the 15th. Enoch opened the door ever so slightly with a bogey on 17. But he played the 18th really well, rolling this one in for a birdie. A fourth 66 of the week and a two-shot victory for his second Challenge Tour win and the perfect start to the 2024 Road to Mallorca.
So let's take a look at the final leaderboard. Jamie Rutherford shook off the rest of that winter rust to tie 7th. Unsurprisingly, half a dozen South Africans found themselves among the leading bunch. But getting it over the line in Limpopo, Welshman Rhys Enoch.
I feel like relief, weirdly. I don't know why, but it's been 3 years since I last won, and I think once like 6 months goes past after you win, everyone's like, oh, when am I going to win again? You know. So and especially after the year I had last year, I'm just super happy to be playing the golf I know I can play again.
Well, we're at the very beginning of a long journey, but those opening Road to Mallorca rankings will make pleasant reading for some. Rhys Enoch's season is off to a flying start. Plenty of South African and English names peppered across the leading positions, and they'll all be well aware of the ominous presence of that proven winner, Alexander Levy. As the Challenge Tour continues next week, Benjamin Follett-Smith reflects on last season's highs and lows.
I mean, the whole year I was inside the top 20 and just didn't work out to the final.
And will stay in the Rainbow Nation as the class of 2024 trades the bush for the beach at the Baines Whisky Cape Town Open. We'll see you next week.